Hi, thank you for purchasing the technical photography kit. So this video will show you how to mount the camera, and this video will show how to start to make the visible photo. So this is the camera on this tripod. So first of all we need to put the adapter for the battery, the power supply. So we remove the camera, we open the slot for the battery, we input the battery over here, so it's fixed in position. Then we can put back the camera and we apply the power. Second step, we need to apply the cable to connect to the laptop. So this is it. It goes on the left of the camera. Let's see. So it's over here, we open, and there is the slot. There is the slot for the cable. Okay, can go just in one way, no problem. Then the other part of the cable is just a standard USB and goes into the laptop. Okay. So this is the filter set. So the filter set is made by an adapter like this one. So this adapter, 52mm or 72mm, depending on which one you bought, has this ring that goes on the lens. So just like a normal, standard lens. Okay, there it is. At this point we want to start doing visible photography, so we use the visible filter. So it goes snap on directly on the lens, and basically we are ready to take the picture. From your pigment checker, remember to have the target on your photo. This is important to evaluate the pictures. Okay, there it is. Okay, let's set up now the lamps. Right now there is just these LEDs on the floor, on the ceiling here of the lab. Let's set up the lamp. These are the halogen lamps. They probably came, if they came without the lamp inside, to open the lamp we just work here. Just need to unscrew the top. Okay, we open the lamp and we place the halogen lamp inside. Remember not to touch the halogen lamp with your bare hand, because you're gonna leave some grease on it. So generally use the plastic itself. And we can put the lamp inside between the two poles. So with this one, and then we make a little bit of pressing, and we can fix the other one in the position. We check that it's well between the two poles. We can rotate it. Okay, there it is. We can put back the adapter. We can put the screw to close it, and there it is. Then what you want to do is using the tripod to hold these lamps in position. These are very easy to be mounted. Just a question of a second. To position, to hold the lamps, unscrew this one. Okay. Then this one goes over here. And then we put this screw to keep in position. Okay, there it is. Have a look. Okay, so the setup for our photography will have one lamp on the left, one on the right at about 30 degrees. Okay, so we're gonna have one lamp over here. Then we connect the cable to the power supply. It's a good idea to have a power supply with switches, so it's easy to turn on off the lamps. So I'm gonna do this. Okay. Okay, we have enough cable here to put this one on the other side. Okay. Okay, we put our lamp and we turn it on. It works. Okay, pretty good. Then we do the same thing with the other lamps. With the other lamp. So there it is. As usual, we unscrew this one first. We put the lamp on the other one. Okay. So we open the lamp. There it is. Open. Actually, this one had already a lamp inside. Okay, so we can close it. There it is. We untie the cable, and actually we put the lamp on the tripod. Okay, there it is, and we position this other lamp. So we're gonna be here about 30 degrees, same distance as the other lamp. So we want to have as much a uniform illumination. There it is. And we plug this one also in this power switch. We turn it on and there it is. Okay. Okay, we have the two lamp on. Let's have the same distance. Okay. We can turn off this halogen, this LED. So right now, basically, I'm also turning off the other lights. So the idea is that now we just have a controlled light. So light is coming just from our lamps. We can look into the camera now. Here on the... Okay, so basically this is my laptop. On your laptop you will see that we installed basically 3 software for technical photography. The first software is called Digicam Control. So let's start analyzing this software. This is the software we use to control and shooting with this camera. It's loading. If the camera is on and has been correctly plugged to the laptop, we are going to see the icon here on the bottom left. We see the image of the icon. At this point, the camera should be connected. We can double check by pressing LV, Live View, and we hear the camera is opening the shutter, and so we see live view. So we remove the cap from the lens, and there it is. So now we will see how to use this Digicam control to set up the camera for taking our first visible image. So first of all, we are going to work with this icon, and we want to do this technical photography documentation. So we raise the camera to have a good angle. At this point, we want to start doing visible photography. So we use the visible filter. So it goes snap on directly on the lens, and basically we are ready to take the picture. From your pigment check, remember to have the target on your photo. This is important to evaluate the pictures. Okay, there it is here on the computer, and we can start to take our picture. Basically, we start to take it on focus. Basically, here from the software, we can control the focusing without even touching the camera. So we go first the preliminary focusing, like this one. Then we want to be more precise, so we can go here to magnify. So we magnify over here, we have a little bit more. Okay, and from here we can make smaller steps for focusing. Okay, so basically, since this is a video signal, we are never getting a real feeling as the final focusing. So the idea is we find the best position where the image is sharper. So for example, right now it's not sharp, so we go back. This is the best, very good. And then now is that this one seems the best, and now it's degraded. So we go back to the first one. Okay, this seems to be, there it is. So this is the best focusing we can get. Again, the image will, this is just a video signal. So degraded will never be as sharp as the final image. Okay, at this point, we can go back to view all the previous image. So we see again the setup of the measure, or this measurement, the setup. And what we do now is to set up the controls on the camera. So we go here in control in this software, and you see from here we can choose ISO. So ISO should be always the lowest possible, because then we avoid to have a bad signal, basically, so a noisy signal. So in this case, 100 for this camera. Then aperture. Aperture, of course, depends on what kind of object you are photographing. So if the object is flat, like a painting, you don't need depth of field. So in this case, the object is relatively flat. So generally, I just use 5.6 because it's what's called for this lens the sweet spot for this lens. So it's where the lens, this specific 50mm lens, works best. Okay, so 5.6 aperture. Regarding exposure, the idea is we look here at the basically the histogram of the image, and we would like to have not overexposed and not underexposed area. So, for example, in this case, you see this area is overexposed and look reddish. So another point is that in any case, we are interested to take a nice image of the painting. So we need to know the histogram of the painting, not of the surrounding. So in this case, you see there is we didn't prepare the background or like a black panel. So there is this area that is very reflective, but we are not interested to that. So what we do is we magnify on the painting. So now you see the histogram has changed because the histogram shows the distribution of the lights across the image that we are zooming now. So in this case, so this area is representative of the painting, and we see the blue channel, the red channel, green channel, and the white channel in the middle. So this image is well exposed already. So we chose one third of a second, and the exposure is predefined. So we don't have overexposed and we don't have underexposed area. So basically the image is ready to be taken. Uh, First of all, let's go back, let's close the live view to see other parameter to set up before we actually take the image. So let's close this one. We look at this column. So from this column, basically we can do the same control of the camera. So we see here aperture, shutter speed, ISO. What we need to be sure that is set up as in your camera or your laptop, I already did set up this, is that we want to shoot raw images. So you see here compression is a raw. It was selected raw. We can choose different JPEG, TIFF. For our work must be raw. So it goes here, raw, and then yeah, we want to have uncompressed raw. Okay, and there it is. Then from here, also from these sides, okay, so this is it. We can choose from this area where the images have to be saved. So you see from here, I chose save to PC and camera. Could be just a save to PC. I noticed that with some laptops, some computers, it's better to do save to PC and to the SD card on the camera because there could be some issue in the transmission. This one PC and camera is the most stable. In any case, our idea is that we want the images to be saved in our hard drive directly on the laptop. So let's have this one selected. From session over here, basically you can edit current session. You can select where on the laptop you want to save your images. So in this case, you see it's a C drive images folder. It's over here. Okay, let's close. Let's go in the live view. This is the painting. Everything is ready to be acquired. There it is. What we do now is we can press capture and we acquire the image. Okay, photo transfer begin, and it's done. Speed and everything. Okay, at this point we can close the live view, close the software. We go in images on the desktop. We click over here and we are going to see our first visible image. I suggest to immediately rename it as VIS. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit of a problem to remember what kind of pictures we have. And then now we can go to open the third software, Raw Therapy. So this is it. Okay, it takes a little bit to start. Okay, there we are. So this software basically has three tabs on the left. The first one is a file browser, and of course it's the tab to search for our images. So you see it's already selected on images. this folder where we just saved our image, and there it is. So we want to now transform this raw image into an actual photographic format, so like a JPEG. So we double click here on the image. The image is open over here, and what this next operation is to go here in my profile, and you see here we can choose black and white, UVF, or VIS. Of course, in this case, we want to use the VIS because it's a visible photo. There it is. And what happens now is that basically we are applying the camera profile for this camera. So if we go here, already I set up these things on your laptop, we go here in a color, then you scroll it. Okay, so we scroll this area. Over here in the color management, you see custom Nikon D800. So this is the camera profile I made for the camera now doing the demonstration. So basically the idea is now doing this camera profile, we have a better rendering of the color, a more professional rendering. Okay, at this point, the next step is to magnify on the pigment checker. To magnify with the software, you need to press Control and then the scrolling of the mouse. So here we are, and then if you just left click the mouse, you can drag the image. Okay, so this one is the white, then we have the black, and then we have the grays. We want to click this icon over here, this called white balance tool. Okay, so let's look at my mouse and on the top over here. So with this tool, we want to go into the second gray over here. So we click here, and now we see a much better image. So before, the raw image was not white balanced at all. So it was using a custom white balance. Generally, I don't set it up, because the idea is, in any case, we do the white balance eventually on the raw file. So before we were seeing that kind of a greenish image. Okay, but in the raw file, it doesn't matter. What matters is that we actually have a gray card on the picture, so we can do a proper white balance. So the image now looks much better. Okay, so now we see all the image. We did a good job. Final step is to export this edited image into a JPEG format. So we need to go into these gears over here. You see there are two little gears. When we click here, we're gonna see something happening here in the queue. I remove this auto start so we see what's happening. So I click the editor again. So now we are in the editor tab. I'm clicking these gears over here. So you see there is a number one. So number one means that in this processing queue, there is one image to be edited and be saved as we want, as JPEG. So here basically the parameter to change are the folder where these images have to be exported. So generally what I do is I use a folder on the desktop and I call it temp. Then from here we can choose the format, and I want to have JPEG at the maximum quality. So at this point it's ready, so we can click auto start. So next time that you do this operation, automatically the image will be exported, and I can click on over here. So basically it takes around 5-10 seconds to do this elaboration, processing of this image. And there it is. The image has been exported into the temp folder. So we go here in a temp, we double click over here, and we see we have the JPEG image. There it is. Okay, so this is how we take the visible image. And we are ready to look at the other methods.